So, I don't know if you can hear the cows on that transport truck. Restless, kicking, milling around, stuck in a very small space. Going to slaughter, I imagine. I've spent 7 weeks next to this carretera, this very major thoroughfare, through the east coast of Mexico, where it is pretty safe, where we don't have a lot of cartel stuff going on. It has felt to me like a very peaceful, happy place. I've been really preoccupied here with the situation of the dogs and really reaching out to street dogs and becoming close friends with them and feeding them and making them have happier lives. And worried about the 2 dogs in the back who spend their life tethered. And I love the people here so much, and there's just no way it would help for me to protest. But it's gone in the background way too much for me. Way too much. The sweet little pit bull who's never bitten anybody, but still spends her life on a very short tether. Nobody takes her for walks, nothing. At one point I thought, Miguel goes for these bike rides every morning. He could certainly train that pit bull to run alongside him. Nobody in Mexico, in rural Mexico and peasant Mexico, goes for walks or takes animals for walks. The dogs here have a lot of freedom, most of them, but not those 2 dogs. And they're loved. They love those dogs. One of them is a bite risk and has bitten me, so I can kind of understand that. But Canela, the little brown pit bull, sweet dog, sweet dog, sweet dog. A little rough, a little hyper, because he spends his life on a 6-foot tether, 8, 10, I don't know. And then there's all these trucks carrying animals to slaughter. It's been especially pigs. Lots of truckloads of pigs. Lots of truckloads of pigs. It's just the truck driver coming back from his lunch. I hit the road. Does he care? How does it affect him? If in fact, yeah, it looks like it's his truck. How does it affect him? Is he gonna let him loose? No. No. Does he feel pain for their pain, or is he just making sure the product is getting the market okay? I've had friends who are vegan and over the years have been back and forth with vegetarianism. At one point, for 3 years, was a student of Sri Chinmoy and was very serious vegetarian for those 3 years, including, paradoxically, I was living in Nova Scotia, in the seafood capital of the world. My neighbors were lobster fishermen and I wouldn't eat it. But I have dogs and I rationalize that they're carnivores. And more and more I tend to give the, oh no, what's happening here? We're doing something. This is kind of interesting. I tend to give my meat to my dogs and I eat everything else. So what's going on there? What are they gonna do? Unload some of them into that smaller truck? They actually milk cows. They're being delivered. You don't know. You don't know any of this shit. But when I say I've taken the Bodhisattva pledge that it will not rest until all beings are at peace, it haunts me in the background that I'm doing nothing, don't even have a stance. Don't even have a stance around what happens to these poor animals. I walk in the back roads and commune with the cows and tell them they're doing a great job. And love all the animal sounds. So, am I full of shit? Am I full of shit? Am I just not walking the talk? Or just been so preoccupied with my own survival on the road that I've not been ready to take that on. As I settle in Mexico, will I get involved in animal rights issues? I don't know. Guys just doing their jobs. Just doing their jobs, trying to make a living. What's happening here? What's gonna go down here? It's just gonna shock me with the inhumanity of it. Prodding them. Getting another stick. Pleasant sound in the background, isn't it? I don't like this build-up. Closer. So they're loading in more cows from the smaller truck. Can't even see it. I can't see into the smaller truck. I don't know if it's got cows. Pretty athletic guy. Risky business. Risky business. Kind of courageous guy. You're gonna prod cows from the smaller truck into the big truck so that these are local cows. There you go. And they're sent into the transport carrier so that they also can go to the slaughterhouse. Yeah, get in there. Do you mean it when you say you love animals, man? Do you mean it? Are you going to be consistent with it? I've essentially stopped eating meat. I eat fish every night. Don't eat much meat. Sausage all goes to the dogs, the cat. Pick the meat away. I don't eat it. There we go. The end of life as you know it. You were grazing in a field thinking things were fine. You did not have the big picture. You didn't know what was in store for you, how your life would end. Probably abruptly and probably young. Not a full lifespan, I bet. They don't want stringy old meat. Coming right up to the 10 minutes for TikTok. Yeah. Well, in Mexico, they sure don't get it about dogs. So why would they be worrying about the pain of these cows?